And I like that. And I'm going to jump in and just say shout out to the banned lounge. We've got like 7 people in there that have been
Band
banned
lounge
from commenting here. So if you have questions, drop it in the banned lounge and I will read it and we can answer that. So you guys aren't left out. I'm reading your questions and seeing your comments.
Sweet. Kelsey asks, what do you guys dislike about yourselves? I love that question. Oh.
Where do you see that question? I don't see it anymore.
Your brother asked it. It's right below Natalie's.
I'm like struggling to see or something. Huh. Oh, I see. Okay, you shoot. I see it now.
I shoot. This one's going to be a really strange one, but I do want to give like a piece of myself for the people that are watching, since you're so invested. This is a little bit of an uncomfortable subject, but I feel like I went to Shay's party, right? And like some of the people at the party, like I didn't have a shirt on, and like they were touching me, like touching my body. And that made me very, very uncomfortable, right? I feel like sometimes like maybe it's like an over sexualizing thing. Like you have a certain image, so people feel like they can kind of like take certain liberties with you. And like that makes me super uncomfortable because like in the end, I just feel like a human. So I think I have a lot of challenges like creating those boundaries with people. Like I want to play along to not make anybody feel awkward or uncomfortable. And it's like I laugh along with the joke, but like internally, I'm like, stuff like that makes me super, super uncomfortable. But you just don't want to like rock the boat, but you go home with it. So yeah, I'd say that's one of my things. What about you, Luke?
I'm just reading it again to kind of digest it. I like your answer there. I think that's an interesting one for a dude to share as well, right?
Leah, I knew you were going to have my back on that one.
Yeah.
Like why do people think that touching you is okay? That's like not.
I'm not a touchy person, so I find that disturbing as well. Like if I don't know you, I don't want to hug. You know, I like this bit of a gap. You know, let's like, you know, do one of these or a little nod. Like that's what I'm comfortable with. So I'm with you guys. I think it's a little strange, especially if you're like touching someone inappropriately at parties. I don't know. I've always found that weird. I just can't. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So,
like just like chick goes and like squeezes your chest.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. You're not wearing a shirt, but that doesn't give somebody permission to just like grab like whatever part of you they want, you know?
I hear you.
That's super weird. Curious what you were talking about with Annie before John joined about being honest. Well, I guess I wasn't here, so I don't really know.
Huh. I don't remember, guys. Sorry, my brain.
Yeah, we're tapping out soon.
You know what? I'm trying to
tap out.
I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to understand why do you dislike that about yourself? That was the question, right? What do you guys dislike about yourself?
Yeah. So, because people don't take you seriously, you know?
Oh, I see.
Like, yeah, like when you portray a certain image or you have a certain appearance or look, like,
right.
Yeah, it's like I always feel super awkward when I get some of Shay's clients and they have to see the presentation. And I think that it can be very off-putting. And it's like, most of it is my fault because it's what I project. But some of it is just like, I want to be me. I want to be myself. I don't always want the negative attention. I don't always want attention that says, okay, I'm not professional, or the attention that says, because I portray a certain image, I'm not smart, you know? And it's like, that's like an internal struggle. It's like, should I downplay it? I don't want to downplay it. This is me, but I kind of feel like I have to because, yeah.
So you kind of feel like you have to downplay who you are a little bit?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. I feel that. I think I've felt that before. That's a good one. I'll answer. I think, what do you dislike about yourself? I would say for me, it's definitely my inability to feel satisfied. I think that I've always been
That's a good one.
Bit of a lone ranger, and like I've just wandered a lot, like kind of like a nomadic kind of guy. And the reason is, and even career, and like when Brian was asking those deep questions, for me, it gave me anxiety because as soon as I achieve a goal, I just feel so disappointed that it didn't feel kind of that satisfaction. Like I'm hoping to like achieve something and go, oh, like this did it. Now I can just kind of relax and enjoy
Right.
where I'm at. And instead, for me, it's always been, oh, is this it? Like even I tell people like I had the dream to work in Bali on a beach from a laptop for a while. While I was swinging a hammer in the rain and the snow, like that was my dream. Like, okay, I just want to make this side hustle happen. I want to be in Bali or Thailand working on a laptop and just calling my own shots, right? And so I worked my butt off for years, tried a bunch of different side hustles that failed. I did crypto for a while, that failed miserably. I traded poker online, that failed. I tried to be a web designer, that failed. I was decent at it, but I hated it. I did Forex, I did all the stuff that you try, right? And then anyway,
You're everybody that LinkedIn hates.
Yeah, I've been all those people. That's why I don't hate them, probably, right? I don't. The reason I don't hate trolls is I've probably been them at some point in some like one of my failed like I'm trying to be content here experiences. But yeah, so I eventually did reach that goal. I hit it. I was on the beach, and like a week into sitting on the beach in a nice hut on a laptop working, I was bored out of my mind and so disappointed and so depressed. Like, oh, this is it. I'm bored. This isn't fulfilling. And yet I accomplished my goal. So then I made another one. And I think that's my problem is I keep making these goals and like reaching them. And I think I get frustrated with myself. Like, why can't you just be content with what you have?
Yeah,
because what I have is great, but I'm never content with it,
right. Like that. And that's like, yeah, so many of us struggle with that. It's like, I'm legitimately jealous of the people that can find satisfaction in their 9-to-5 jobs, like kind of like the more simplified stuff. It's like, I'm jealous of them because I think that is awesome that you have found your peace and your happiness, and it didn't take moving mountains. Because when you're like one of everybody in this room, because all of you have, I'm sure, an element of that within you if you're here, then it's like, it's kind of like a little bit more, you're always searching for an answer, something deeper. And it's great because it drives you to more success. But at the same time, it's just like, are you ever really going to reach it anyways?
I know.
You're just going to step the bar higher.
I think that's part of it. It sounds bad. That's part of what I've realized. I don't think I'm ever going to hit it on this life. I think I've just accepted that, like, I can achieve moments of happiness. Like, this is fun. This is something I'll remember. And I obviously like the little adventures I do every Sunday or certain things in your life. You go, oh, that's nice. And I can appreciate it. But as a whole, I don't think I'm ever going to be satisfied. I'm always going to be, I feel like at 80 years old, I'm going to be the guy that's just, this sucks. Like I need to move to freaking Zimbabwe and start a parrot farm or something. Like that's going to be me, and I'm going to be that way till I die. I've kind of had to accept it.
But it's like what I love.
Go ahead. Sorry.
What I love about that is like we still define it in different ways. Like I have no intent to travel. Yeah. Like I could do everything from where I'm sitting right now, like where some people define it as I need to travel, I need to see the world. It's like mine, it's like I could probably accomplish what I want to accomplish with a computer in front of me. So it's really interesting. So if you could describe your let's do like fire round. Let's just answer, hit some of these really quick.
Fire. Okay.
Yeah. If you could describe your personal brand in one word, what would it be? Extra. Boom.
Nothing.
Extra and nothing. that persona. Yeah. So Vanessa, really quick, extra, because I feel like I do way too much. But I would rather feel like I do way too much than not enough.
And mine's the opposite. I want my content to be about nothing because I feel like when you talk about nothing, everyone else feels comfortable to jump in because it's not intimidating.
I love that. How many calories have you both consumed so far? This is a great one. I really like this, Nick. Are you approaching 10,000? I have had 3 steaks and a protein shake. So 1,200, 1,800, 1,200. Yeah, I got to be 6,000 plus. What about you?
No, I'm super low. I had a banana. So what's a banana? I don't count
200 calories, 220 calories.
Okay, a banana, and I've had 2 of these really delightful wraps that my wife made me. Mm-hmm. They're like full of veggies and stuff.
Okay, yeah, and like there's fat probably in the hummus, maybe.
Yeah, Well, it's like a peanut sauce. So
Okay, peanut
there's a bit
sauce.
of that,
Yeah.
and then there's an avocado in the wrap.
So
Some
you probably had
carrots.
like 650, 700 calories total
Yeah.
today. Okay, so like
Sounds,
he's hitting around 700. I'm hitting around 6,000.
and two coffees.
And two coffees. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 750, 6,000. We again, we couldn't be any different. I'm obviously extra in every way of the word. Don't be secretive about it. It's not an issue. Yeah. No, what is in the past is in the past. I don't think it's fair to your current partner. It comes down to respect for me. I'm not in contact with my exes. Amen, Rebecca.
I hear that.
KD,
I hear that.
KD is me on YouTube. You know who I am? JP, aka Brian's bitch. Okay, so
Ooh.
that's Kenneth over there. That's what it is. My parents divorced 33 years ago and haven't spoke to each other even when they both came to my wedding. But I've always kept in touch with my ex-partners. Maybe it's just a generation thing. I like that. Luke, I love the mug. Alistair Dickinson, CEO, Maximize.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
sad. I have several
Big
sides.
Big L.
Big L for loser. Whoa.
Oh,
It was just too easy. I can relate. People touch my tattoos. No.
no.
So I'm simulcasting this across all my social media platforms. I love that, Gabriel. Tell us how it is. What is we didn't really learn anything from lockdown, and within 2 years are back to commuting and flying everywhere.
I don't understand that question. What is?
What
if? Do you think that's an if? What if
we didn't? Yeah. What if we didn't learn anything from lockdown, and within 2 years are back commuting and flying everywhere?
So I think
that would be great.
But I think I'm guessing that is there a suggestion of that's not a good thing? That's what I'm feeling. I could be wrong.
Nick, thanks for sticking around. Get some rest, buddy.
Let's keep scrolling. Vanessa, you can follow up and clarify that question if you want.
Yeah, I hate strangers touching me or hugging me or standing too close. I'm absolutely not a hugger. Awkward wave. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. That's both of us. Super awkward wave. We could do like an awkward wave, like we just like keep it going. Leah Turner, that is super weird. Even if we were really close, I totally don't need to touch your tattoos. Thank God. Jacob, join the awkward wave. When you're pregnant and people touch your Vanessa, join the awkward wave. Have you guys tried mushrooms? You said out of the box questions and personal. What choice of drug was your favorite, if any? Okay, so my list is Adderall, and to be like, you guys want the truth, Adderall and steroids. I stopped taking the steroids when I wanted to have kids, but that created some problems. So those are my drugs of choice. What about you, Luke?
Drugs. Okay. What choice of drug was your favorite? So I'm just wondering if this was past tense, and that's the way I'm going to take it, because current, you know what I mean? Does that read like a past tense, or do you think he's meaning current?
Let's do past tense, even if it's present tense, just so that your reputation doesn't get damaged.
Well, I'll say I don't do any drugs right now, so it doesn't matter. But past tense, I did all of my drugs in a really quick stint in Israel. I actually lived there for 6 months when I was 20, 21. And when I went there, I'd never drank alcohol, I'd never done drugs, and I'd never kissed a girl before. And so when I got there, I completely went the opposite. I drank the first time I drank, I blacked out and I don't remember the night because I drank so much.
Wow.
And I went out in the desert and did a bunch of drugs that I don't even know the name of. And that was my 6 months in the Holy Land, pretty much. I partied and went hardcore, and then by the time I came home, I was done. And now I'm just, ever since, I don't do drugs. I'll have a couple sips of whiskey, an odd beer here and there, but I got it all in my system in a 6 month stint. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, it's my style, man.
Get it all in and out, just in and out, all at once, like a 24-hour live stream. Just get it done.
I'm telling you, that's the way I roll.
Natalie, join the awkward wave.
Ooh.
We don't like women's bellies being touched.
No.
I forge mushrooms. Lots of people expect that I want to find magic mushrooms. Not for me. Okay, somebody can comment again. What life lesson did you learn the hard way? Multiple divorces. The first divorce, I should have stood up for myself and not committed when I knew it wasn't a right fit. But I let the pressure of feeling like this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what my family expects of me. This is what my religion has dictated to my life.
Yeah.
Make those decisions for me as opposed to having like educated decisions I'm making myself. And then
Ooh.
with the second one, it was people change with time, especially like in your 20s going into your 30s. Like you think that like at 25 because mom and dad were pretty set, like, oh well, you're pretty set. And I just feel like people are aged, like maybe it's our perception because we're reaching this age and we're
Yeah.
not ready, but I feel like people are aging differently just because, is it social media, is it society? Like we're not finding careers immediately and we evolve, we change as people, our priorities change. So yeah, I'd say like stop getting married, John. Like take it
Yeah.
easy, brother.
So what, do you mind if I ask a question on top of that?
Of course, yeah, please do, of course.
So what is your thoughts of traditional? Are you still like for the like the concept of marriage, the ring and the wedding and the whole like, or will you just live with somebody and kind of screw the actual official marriage side of things now that you've been divorced twice?
It's like we all want to like get romantic with the process, but
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, like maybe like I've become like the bitter old guy when it comes to the topic, but it's just like, it's just like, I remember it feels like graduation. It's like, dude, you just gave me the paper. Like I dressed up. My family
Right.
honestly doesn't want to be there. It's like, I don't want to be at the graduation either, but we kind of both do it for each other because I guess it's supposed to satisfy both sides. They
Right.
think it's like, we think they want to be there. They think that we want to be there when the reality is both of us would rather take that money down payment on a house or go on a really nice vacation and not invite all those aunts you hate anyways,
So dumb. I know.
Yeah. So
It's funny. I think because for me, when I got married, I'd been raised Christian, and so that was my understanding of marriage. You just did it. Like I didn't really even question like, well, I like this girl, we should get married. That's just kind of what I was raised and like what you did when you were interested in somebody. But it's funny now looking back, like even something as simple as the name thing, right? Like when you get married, your wife takes your name. Like I never considered how hard that would be or why we even do that. And it's funny, like a couple of years ago, I researched a bunch of information on it, and I thought, wow, like would I want to give up my name and take my wife's? No, I wouldn't want to do that. So why does she have to do that? It's kind of weird to me. And we talked about it, like, yeah, I think if we did it again, I probably wouldn't do that. And I was like, yeah, I'd be fine with that. It's kind of weird to me, and if you dive into I don't know, the research on it, it is a little bit strange. And like, I've actually, I don't know, the inner troll, I wouldn't do this, man, but I thought about it. I thought like, well, why don't we like, because we thought, should you change your name back? And then what if if we have kids, like what if their last name was your last name? Because I would actually get such a kick out of like every person that we talk to explaining like, oh wait, like this is your son Charles Biernick instead of Charles Matthews. Like what's this all about?
Wait, the ultimate troll move is for you to change your last name to hers.
I could do that too.
That is the ultimate troll move. You just like reverse psychology the thing, That would be funny.
The conversations, like, because to me, again, maybe it's some of the lightheartedness, like I would consider it just for the level of conversation, because I can always change my name back too, but I would enjoy kind of like provoking that like traditional offense, which is kind of
right.
Sometimes it's good and bad in me, but I kind of like poking that because there's so much, ridiculous stuff in there that, women have to put up with that I'm just not cool with anymore, and we even talked a little bit about it. Like we share everything 50-50, me and my wife, like we figure out like what kind of chores do you like doing, what do I like doing, like we both work full time, so we just split the load, and we've always done it that way, and I've always wanted that kind of relationship, but I didn't want to carry anybody or have someone cook for me every day. I don't know, it just feels weird to me, right? And if that's your relationship and you like that, that's fine, but for me it's not what I wanted. That's a long answer.
Right. No, but it was a great one, and there's so much truth in it. So can imagine it'd be an annoying question. I can relate. Super assumptions, no drugs for me either. What's a belief that you hold with which many people disagree? That's a great question, Gabriel. What's a belief that you hold with which many people disagree? That our path is already written.
Oh,
that I do not for a moment believe that I can change or dictate or have free will over my path. I think that my story's already been written, and there is this. They want us to believe that we have control, but we don't. There's a higher power that's controlling all of this, and that higher power like puts us in certain positions because it's just happened. Like if you've been following the beginning of the stream and some of my stories, it's just like you're just kind of like dropped in the right place at the right time over and over again, where you start saying like it's almost like a create your own adventure story.
I love those, man.
Yeah, like there's only A, B, C, and D. You know what I mean? But like in this case, you always end up in like C. You know, like you have the perception that you choose it, but no matter what, it's kind of moving you down slots, and you're going to end up in the same place anyways. So that's my thing.
So yours is there's no free will, essentially.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's all been written.
It's all a scam. Okay.
I was kind of going more like the religious approach. You like, see, you go with it's all a scam. I go with my story's been written. Like one just sounds so much better than the other.
It does, and it's funny, right? It's that different way of looking. Because to me, that sounds terrible. Like I hate the idea that my story is already written, and to me, then like, well, I may as well just die if everything, nothing that I decide or
There's
do.
nowhere to go with this.
Yeah, like there's no creative freedom in it. But I know what you mean. It's just that's the extreme side of me where like, I don't want that. I don't like that. But what's a belief that I hold that many people disagree? Well, there's many, but nothing's popping in my head off the top. You know, it's weird. I would just say trolling, I guess. I think everyone's super upset about bullying and trolling and all this stuff, and I actually think it's great because I think trolls expose how stupid they look when you just allow them to be themselves. And I like social, like I would want the extreme, like just open it up, you know, let everyone be who they actually are, because then I can find out really fast and I can block you and get you out of my feed, and within a little bit you're all gone. And so like I kind of like the open Wild West style of things, you know. And even with trolls, like I don't mind someone jumping in and telling me, hey Luke, you're an idiot, you suck, your content's terrible, you know, you should never write again. To me, I laugh at that. It's funny to me, and I just deal with it. Either if they go too far, I'll block them, or I'll just engage and have a laugh and move on. And I think that is controversial because I think especially right now there's a big, well, you know, everyone hates bullying and all that. And it's not like I'm pro bullying. I guess it's just more I'm pro, let's just teach people how to deal with life, because life sucks sometimes. And no matter what you do, whether it's online or in person, like there's going to be an office bully or a business bully or, you know, a competitor that's beating your butt down, like, and you have to learn how to take the heat and deal with it in a positive way. And I think the more we try and shield ourselves from it, the more power you actually give to bullies, to me. So
I love that. Yeah. No, and I mean there's a lot of truth to that. Like, you know, I remember like somebody made a video about me on LinkedIn about how my advice was bad. And that was
really?
like, that was, yeah, like they like went hard on me. Like they were just like, this guy, like basically like, you know, despite appearance and stuff like that, like he doesn't give good video advice. And to be completely honest, like since that moment, maybe like consciously, subconsciously, I haven't really touched the subject because of the way that I felt after he did that. Like he made me feel bad, you know? And it's like, you know, but you always revert back to the point of, you know, nobody that is doing better than you is going to criticize you. And I know that that's like a generality and it's not always the case. You know, more often than not, it is, and it certainly was in this situation because despite the fact that he kind of went hard on me and kind of like criticized me, that was the only, like that was his highest performing post, and he's never had a high performing one after that. And so I feel like, you know, to some degree, and it's not trying to say like I was like validated or like vindicated through the experience, but it's just like, yeah, you know, like maybe sometimes like karma has its way of working out, you know? So
yeah, I like that. We can end on that.
What was the first live band you saw? Oh man, I don't know if anybody even knows this band, The Rocket Summer. That was
I've never heard of them. Okay.
Yeah, Rocket Summer was good. It was like it was like that emo music. Yeah, you know, it's one of those. What was yours?
I've never seen a band live.
Wow, really?
Other than just I'm in a pub and someone's playing, but it's not on purpose.
Right.
I've never purposely gone to see a band.
Wow. Leah, I want to hear what yours was.
So, wow. So, both of these guys that you're watching on the screen, they've been going live for like since 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time last night. They're streaming live for 24 hours, and they've been jumping from stream to stream to stream, which has been pretty cool. This is pretty awesome. I like what they're doing. I just thought I would hop on here and comment. So if you guys are watching, drop it down in the comments, or you can actually go to Annie Leaves. Let me see. Here we go. Where's it at? Okay. So let me drop this in here on the comments real quick. Oh, guys. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go, guys. Okay. So in the comments, I dropped on, let's see, on LinkedIn here. So here we go. So I put it in the comments. You can go find the link live to go comment. But I'm kind of like simulcasting this so you guys can see what they're doing. So let me bring the audio
He
back.
tries to like have you guys ever had it like somebody tries to like clean your windshield like on the side of the road, and then like they start like knocking on your window demanding money? It's like, I didn't like I feel bad for your situation, but dude, like I didn't ask you to do this. Like I would have just helped you. I would have given you $1 or something, but like you forced yourself on me. No, I'm not okay with it.
Okay, here we go.
You know that, yeah, it's true. I had a story, but I don't think it's interesting, so let's move on.
Would you rather be worried genius or joyful simpleton? Amazing question, Gabriel.
Easy answer.
Brother. Worried
Easy
genius, because I feel like, not trying to be egotistical, but I kind of am that. Like I think I'm more of a worried genius.
So
Like
these guys. Here we go.
what about you, Luke?
I'm also a worried genius, but I wish I was a joyful simpleton.
So,
I really wish.
both of these guys here
I always
are
kind of crack a joke like I think everyone should have one kind of ignorant, happy friend. And that sounds bad, but honestly, like there's people that I've had in my life that are just happy and they don't think that deep. Like honestly, they don't wake up in the middle of the night like I do and think like, what if I died today? Where am I going to go? Like I'll just think that out of nowhere.
So
you know, I think, oh, my life is stupid. I should tear it all down and move to Costa Rica right now and build something new. Like I'm always like thinking on a different plane. The worried genius, or you know, the brain's always moving. And I wish sometimes that, again, I could just be simple and not worry about all that and just, hey, my life's good right now. I don't need anything more.
Okay, so let's see. What superpower would you choose?
So there's like a really big
Thank you to everyone for the comments. I see that we're a little bit behind the live where you are at live. I think we're like 15 minutes behind your questions, but we got lots of time here. We're moving through the questions. So if you asked one, just hang in there. We have nowhere to go.
Hey boys.
Hey Eddie. Hey.
How are you?
You've been working well. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I have to tell you, I'm very impressed because it has been like it seems I do 4 or 5 lives a week. Like, and
Okay.
you got to keep it going, and you're doing a great job, and it's very interesting. I've been like doing car insurance stuff and trying to figure out this car thing, and I've been wanting to jump in like every 5 minutes, but I wanted to let you do your thing. But it's also I want to let you know it's interesting enough that I want to jump in and answer some stuff. So
Good. Yeah, feel free.
Feel free. Yeah, we'd love to have you jump in and fire away. That's good to hear that it's interesting.
It is. It's good stuff. I loved hearing your answers, and I can't say I agree with every single one for me personally, but I love the honesty. I appreciate it, and I love it. I love the interaction you guys have going on. So thank you for putting this on my channel.
Oh, thanks for having us. You're a lifesaver.
How you guys doing energy-wise? By the way, I have to introduce you to something which both of you should have since you're doing a 24-hour marathon. Ready?
Let's hear it.
Now, granted, you can't always look as much of a librarian as I look like. However,
can't pull it off.
You might look like handsome librarians. So these are blue light glasses. Okay.
Oh, that's exactly what we needed. Yes,
we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you didn't. If I knew you guys didn't have these, I would have totally like overnighted them to you. Like you need these protect the baby blues. They protect the light eyes. They because it's.
Do we all have blues? We all have blues in the room? That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm a green.
Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I love women that love other women.
Yes.
Thank you, my sweet
more
girl.
That energy.
You have a great smile. I appreciate that. So go on. I don't want to interrupt you, but if I jump in.
Yeah, of course.
Jump in at any moment. We welcome.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to stay for a little bit and hang out because this guy's not getting back to me. You know what? I'm just going to let him wait. Just let him wait.
Cool. So we're answering. What superpower would you choose? I think.
How do you not choose fly, dude? How do you not choose fly?
Well, that's a quick answer. You've thought about this, Annie.
Well, I have little kids. You have to understand. We talk about this at breakfast like every other day.
Yeah, that's fair. So you're ready. You're ready with this one.
I wouldn't go with flying, like especially if you're happy where you are, right? Like flying seems like it'd be overrated.
Well, if I may, I will have to add that I don't think either of you are exactly what I would call happy where you are, since you've commented on that. So if I may jump in and say that I disagree with you because I think that and I want to make one comment about that too, by the way, if I can, and we'll get back to this.
Do it.
Yeah, please.
But I will say that I think that it's really important that you don't chase happiness because I don't think that happiness is a state of mind. So I'm a really strong